Hey guys, Ben the Outdoors Airgunner here today, outdoors of course, and I've got something pretty special and exciting here. I've got in this case my brand new Gauntlet 25 cal. Now, this is a super awesome air rifle. I'm very excited to shoot it, but I do have one problem, and that is that it comes with no air in it, of course. Bone dry, absolutely empty. And I'm out here, and I don't have an air tank or an air compressor with me today, but I do have something pretty awesome. Hey, also just to let you guys know, I did a little bit of a customization here. Of course, brand new out of the box, had to customize it a little bit, and I have a pretty neat way of attaching a bipod to it, because maybe some of you guys have experienced that the swivel studs that they include on it work really good for attaching a sling, but not so good maybe because of this angle right here for attaching your bipod. So if you want to know my little trick secret, just let me know in the comments. I'll post you up a video of what I did to get that attached, but I'm not going to go through that right now. Anyways, it is pretty awesome to have a bipod on the Gauntlet. I'll just leave it at that. So, what I do have is I've got my Umarex Hand Pump. Now, this thing is a pretty sweet little hand pump. We're going to actually see how many pumps it takes to get this Gauntlet aired up. But, you know what, out here, it's kind of dusty, kind of dirty. I'm going to be probably just pumping it on the dirt ground here. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to go ahead and attach up my little dry pack filter here. This is going to allow me to hopefully put a little bit drier, cleaner air into this Gauntlet when I fill it for the first time. In case you guys don't know, see that name right there, Hill? These Umarex hand pumps are actually made by Hill Pump, which is manufactured in England and is a really high quality pump for the money. I mean, really awesome that Umarex partnered up with Hill for their hand pumps, because those of you that know hand pumps know that the Hill pump is kind of like top of the line go-to pump. So let's go ahead and get this opened up here, and we'll follow the instructions for getting the dry pack material put in there. Alright guys, so as you can see from the gauge here, we are bone dry empty on the Gauntlet. I'm gonna, whoa, oh my gosh. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. Fix my little bipod up so it's got the gun at a better angle. There we go. And of course I'm going to tighten up the pressure release valve there and start pumping. Let's count them out. That's 50. Let's check that gauge. And it has started to move, but barely. All right, so 50 pumps in, here we go. $100 pumps in. All right, let's see where we're at. We are almost into the green now, guys. Let's keep going. $200 pumps. Let's check where we're at after 200. All right, and we're just shy of the 2000 PSI. So I'm gonna say that 100 pumps more or less equals about 1000 psi. So you guys can do the math and you can know how much it's going to take based off of that to, you know, keep your gun topped off. But let's keep going, get this thing all the way up to the 3000 psi. Starting to get a little bit more tough as the psi gets up there. Pushing this thing down takes just a little bit more work. I'm going to take a break here for a minute and let the pump cool off. Let me catch my breath, let my legs catch their breath. And since what I'm doing here today is I've got this, of course, brand new 25 cal gauntlet. I've got my really awesome brand new Hawke scope. This is a Sidewinder ED 6-24 power. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get a few shoot and see targets stuck on the box there so that I can be ready to sight this thing in when I've got it filled up. So we're going to let the pump cool off, let me catch my breath, and we'll pick it back up there. We're at 225 pumps so far. Alright, I've got my target fixed up and I'm going to keep pumping. I left off at 225 pumps and I actually said the wrong scope. I must have too many Hawke scopes to keep track of them. But I guess this, of course, is the Sidewinder FFP, so that's the first focal plane scope. It is 6-24 power. Sidewinder, I mean, everything else was correct throughout it, but it's not the ED. This is Sidewinder FFP, first focal plane. So there you have it. And let's keep pumping. Here we go. 225. $300. All right. At the end of 300 pumps, we are just shy of 3000 psi. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 10 or 15, 20 more pumps, get it all the way topped off, and that'll be that. Then we get to start shooting. All right, 325, and I'm actually just a little bit into the red there, but I'm sure that once it cools off, because everything's a little bit warm right now, we'll be more or less right at that 3000 psi. On these bottles, I've heard that you get no valve lock or anything from going over just a little bit over that 3000 psi, and of course should get me an extra couple of shots. Now, if you guys are at lower elevation, we're at about 4,600, almost 4,700 feet elevation right here. So if you were down closer to sea level and you have a little bit thicker air, it might actually take closer to 300 pumps or maybe even a little bit less to get this filled up. But since we're working with a little bit thinner air up here at altitude, of course it might take a couple of more pumps to get it all the way topped off. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna use the single shot tray, which I already have put in here because, you know, that's what you use when you want to get the best accuracy. I want to take as little time as possible to get this thing sighted in because the wind is supposed to start picking up. I can feel the breeze already blowing a little bit. I'm gonna just go ahead and set the target out at 35 yards to start, shoot a few shots, get the scope zeroed in, then I might move it back to 50, try a few more shots to make sure I'm still on, and we'll call it a wrap for this one, guys. Antelope. When I went down just now to go put my target out there, there's 3 antelope just right there, right in my yard, and I spooked them out of the yard. They were just maybe 50 yards from me. Oh, here they're coming, just right into the backside of our property. So cool to be out here and get to see that kind of stuff. Beautiful wild game like that running around just right on your own property. That's such a treat. Anyways, let's go ahead and get set up here on my good old trusty shooting table, of course, so that we can do the little sight in with the gauntlet. Here we go. All right, guys, here we go. First shots with the new 25 cal gauntlet. I've got my JSB 25 grain pellets, just standard dome pellets. These are always, in my experience, super accurate. Like I say, I'm just going to use the single shot tray here. Load them one at a time. I have not done any sighting with this yet, so I'm sure I'm going to have some adjustments to make. I'm going to start off just at 6 power, see where I'm hitting, and we'll go from there. Let's get her started. All right, here we go. Okay, I am hitting low and to the right. So I'm going to hold where I was aiming and adjust the scope to where it hit. Alright. I think it's maybe still just a little bit low, but I'm going to try a few shots at this point. Yep, just a smidge low. Right to left seems pretty good, so I'm going to make a couple more clicks down here. There it is. All right, up and down is great. I just need to bring it literally just a couple of clicks to the right, and I think I'm set. All right, wind is picking up a little bit right now. You can probably see the plants are blowing around. We got a right to left breeze at probably 5 or so miles an hour. Let's check where we're at on the air, and we are at about 2,600. So I think we've got plenty of air left to go ahead and push that target back, do a 5-shot group at 50 yards. You guys can see where my target is out there, so you know I'm legit. Stay with me, guys, while I walk that back another 20 yards or so. 5-shot group at 50 yards. Here we go. This is turning out to be a pretty awesome 50-yard group. Oh, of course I had to shank one.
Excuse you.
Oh, I keep wanting to twitch it a little bit to the left there. But even with my twitching and my pulling on those couple of shots, that is a pretty darn awesome 50-yard group. And all I know is this 25 cal, it pushes just a little bit more than what I'm used to on the 22 cal, but it's pushing a lot more power down range. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more shooting with this 25 cal. I can tell already. This is a sweet, sweet rifle that Umarex has got here. And I think it just might have to be my favorite over the 22 cal. I like the fact that you can put just that little bit more power down range. Of course, it's using a little bit more air, so it takes a lot more to pump it back up when you're out there doing. I think I will probably, let's see here, I'm at, yep, just a little over 2,000 psi. Since this is a 1900 psi regulator, you don't really want to let it get below 2,000 psi or you're going to be falling off that reg. Anyways, guys, that's it for this little video today. 25 cal gauntlet, super sweet Hawke Sidewinder FFP scope, 35 yards, 50 yards. We saw some antelope running around. We got to pump it up with the hand pump. Man, I'm just outdoors having fun with my air guns, and that's what it's all about. Until next time, this has been the Outdoors Airgunner. See you guys.